So at GOLFTEC, we're going to teach over 1 million lessons this year, and probably no surprise to you, 75% of the players, when they first come in, they tell us they three-putt at least twice around. Now,
that's a lot of wasted strokes.
That's right, and it's something we can easily start to improve upon pretty quickly. But the problem is, if you don't know what areas of putting you need to improve upon, then you could be out there just wasting your time. So we have 3 main areas we want to focus. One's going to be our green reading, one's our directional control, and one's our speed control. And we can assess these just using some simple things you have in your bag, so that way whenever you do know what your problems are, you get some time, so it's well focused.
Well, I like simple. So what do we have set up?
Yep, so we found a putt here. It's 10 to 15 feet long, and we're looking for one that only breaks just a little bit left or right. It doesn't need to be a big swinging putt. And then we just took 3 tees. We'll use those to mark a couple parts here. So the first thing we're going to do is just read this green, figure out how much it's going to break. So some players, they may come behind the ball. You'll see some are going to plumb bob. Some might even walk to the other side. Whatever you do, go through your normal routine. Then we placed a tee on our line about even with the hole. So we decided this one's going to break about a foot, right?
It's a good aiming point.
Yep, and gives us something to work toward and just to know where we're trying to go. After that, we took our 2 other tees and we placed those on either side of that line about a foot in front of the ball. That's going to act as a gate for us to ultimately try to roll it through. And then after that, we're just going to monitor how far the ball rolls out relative to the hole.
Okay.
So to get started, just go through your normal pre-shot routine, whatever that is, and then we're just going to roll this through the gate here and just really monitor the outcome.
What can we learn from the feedback on this putt?
Yep, so there's a couple things we can figure out. 3 really. So let's talk about this very first one. So we got it through the gate. It seems like it was tracking very nicely to get to the hole, but we see we left that at least a foot short. So if you hit a putt, it stops short, or it goes more than a foot past the hole, that's a pretty good indicator, if that happens time and time again, that you have a distance control problem. So that'd be a great place to start. A couple other outcomes we can have though, right? So let's talk about maybe another one here as well too. So if whenever you set up, maybe our speed control isn't our issue, but whenever we hit, we just hit that tee right out of the gate, right? So that's going to tell us that whenever we hit, then we're not aiming the face down our line. It's either too open, too closed, and what we'll typically see is time and time again, the player is going to just hit the same exact tee. It's a pretty good indicator then of what your tendencies are. And once you can roll, say, 5 through, then we'll start moving those tees closer and closer together. You're going to see it every week on tour.
I love when you can adapt it as you continue to get better. Well, thanks, Brad, for being with us today.